For the 10th time, we are back.
I feel like I'm in the red light district
I
in
know.
Amsterdam. You know what I mean? Is this a filtered podcast or is it unfiltered?
We're going to bring a couple of new segments, aren't we, that we've talked about.
Segment, fantasy, tough week this week.
If you have a mechanic that you trust and you know, hold on to them for dear life.
Jurgen Klopp is going to leave Liverpool. It kind of came out of nowhere, no?
Touchy subject. Yeah.
Kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah. You watch like the Kardashians and everyone's like, that is the lifestyle I want. Kardashians. So we're rolling, Rez, on all three?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Have you stopped vaping, Rezi, yeah?
Sorry?
Have you stopped the vape?
But if you wanted like secretly roll and just get the absolute shit chat from me and Shane each week.
The behind the scenes.
That's the real chat, you know what I mean? I'm just getting me coffee.
Coffee's in hand.
Guys, for the 10th time, we are back. We're back, aren't we, Shane?
Again and again and again. But
I can't believe it.
look where we are here.
I know, guys, we've got a reason why we've been MIA, but we are back for the 10th time. And I can't promise you anything.
No.
Neither can Shane. We're not promising this time.
No, we're not. But we're going to do our best. But before this kicks off, guys, first we want to give a shout out to Reza here.
Yeah, Rez. Oh, Rez.
So Reza is the guy here that makes this look like this. So this is, for me, the best setup by a million miles we've ever had.
Actually,
we used to do it on your snooker table.
Big Tezza did
Tezza
that.
Jones?
Big Tezza did the podcast logo.
Shout
Everyone
out
give
to
him.
Tezza and the painter.
So guys, if you're listening or watching on YouTube, we've got a brand new YouTube channel. We are back. We have an official studio. As you can see, my man Rez, he's got the light, he's got the cameras, we've got the podcast logo, we've got everything we need. But the biggest thing I like, Shane, is there's no like official mics. We've got the spinning chairs.
Yeah.
I've got a coffee. I've got chocolate biscuits. I've got whatever
What
this
is that?
Oh, yeah, I don't know, but it's unbelievable.
Like trail mix or something.
So guys, apologies if you hear a bit of chewing, but I'll try my best not to do that as much. But I've really missed the podcast, Shane. Have you?
Yeah, I have. Do you know, it's just something that... What's the last one? Who was the last? Who was Jules around for the last ones?
Oh yeah, Jules, how are you?
Julesy boy.
You good?
Yeah.
Guys, it's going to be just Shane and I, unfortunately, on this one.
Yeah.
We'll get Jules on, though.
Two left.
We'll get Jules on.
Yeah, we will, for sure. But no, I think the podcast is great. I think it's just good to get on and talk football and talk everything's going on in life. But I think that's the reason why I've been MIA is because of life as well. Lots going on, obviously, with families and also in business as well. And
yeah, which we'll touch on.
We will touch on that. But no, as Lee said at the start, I think we're going to try and give it a crack and try and be somewhat consistent every couple of weeks, but no promises. Yeah. Yeah,
I know. It's only because we're so busy, Shane.
It is, yeah.
It is, and I love doing the podcast, and I really hope we can be consistent for you guys, but we don't want to promise you again and then let you know.
What will the plans be, though? Are you thinking guests?
That's what I was going to move on to, is just talking about what is to come in the Joner Football podcast. Like, what are the listeners going to experience? Consistency is something that we can't guarantee.
Yeah.
But what I think we can do is already, I put it on the Instagram and people are like, can I come on? So yes, we're going to bring guests, but if we don't have a guest, Shane, me and you will just hop on.
Yeah, but see, I'd love to know what people actually want to see.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, or want to hear.
I like that.
If you're listening, because, like, do you want us to talk about coaching? Do you want us to talk about, like, football in general? Do you want to talk about golf? Do you want to talk about cricket? What do you want to hear?
Definitely not cricket, Shane.
Or do you want to have guests on? Because I feel like when we were doing guests, bro, we were getting some really good guests on.
Incredible.
You think about, right, probably our best guest, most well known, is Gail Clichy.
Yeah.
He was on what? He was
Sky
on
Sports the other day.
Working with
Keno,
exactly.
Carragher.
So he's on Super Sunday.
Mad.
He's on Super Sunday.
Mate, I was just literally saying this, that I feel like our podcast don't get the recognition because obviously we were putting them on a YouTube channel that didn't have many subscribers. We had like Charlie Austin. That's one of my favourite podcasts ever.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Just talking real, it was brilliant. Guys, if you want to listen to all that, you can find us on Spotify, Soundcloud,
Apple
iTunes.
Podcasts.
Yeah, and obviously we're going to start a brand new Joner Football Podcast YouTube channel. So you can actually come and watch us. I highly recommend, because the way Rez has got this set up, it's going to be better for you. And if we get guests...
I feel like I'm in the red light district in Amsterdam. You know what I mean? I'm in the shop window here.
But if we get like guests on Zoom, we can get them on the projector screen right there as well. So that would be mint.
No, for sure.
Yeah, so going back to the podcast, so obviously me and you are going to try our best to be consistent every 2 weeks, but that is not a guarantee, guys, okay? So just turn your notifications on. It might be once a month because we're so busy with coaching. We're going to bring the Q&A, so fans Q&A. We're always going to do that. You can obviously DM us on Instagram or on the YouTube channel to ask us any kind of question and we'll answer it. Shane's already thrown one out there. Let us know in the comments section, you know, what you guys are looking for in our podcast. It's all down to you at the end of the day. We want to keep you guys happy.
Yeah.
We just like talking, obviously, football. We just like talking life, Shane, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I also think that we're going to bring a couple of new segments, aren't we, that we've talked about?
Yeah. So I reckon it's probably only over the last year. And I think this is something, right, in the world of football that's growing and growing is fantasy football.
Oh, God.
Right, so probably only over the maybe last year and a half. It's something that I've had it for years, right? Because someone was showing me. I was actually in a wedding. Shout out to Danny and Gav, and they were showing me that you could go back and you can click and see your highest finish of your year. So it was like 2012 and stuff. I was playing it, but back then you just pick your team of the first game of the season and then you wouldn't touch it. But like for me, fantasy now, even in our lads group, we talk about it all the time. But it's something that's growing and growing. And I'm sure people that listen to this play FPL, Fantasy Premier League.
Oi, guys, Shane has lost sleep over FPL. Don't lie to me, Shane.
It is. No.
He came in this morning, you were fuming that Cole Palmer got 2 assists.
It's the worst week to get me on. This is the worst week so far. But it's something that we're always going to talk about, even a couple of minutes, just keep in the loop about it. I want to 100%. Talk to you about your team. Because you've gotten into it this year as well.
I was sick of just seeing the same people win it every year. So, and you obviously got our mates, Ricky, Jay, Robbie, Kerr. They all listen to podcasts 24/7. Proper
My brother
geeks.
Ryan, he's a geek.
Yeah, Ryan Murray.
He's creeping again.
Proper geek, yeah. So, guys, we're talking geeks. Shane's actually top of every single league that we're in. So he's become full geek mode.
I'm second now.
But it is addictive, isn't it?
No, it's brilliant.
And some groups, there's big money on the line as well, right?
Yeah, it is. But it's just that, you know what it does? It keeps you engaged in football. Like, because Luton and Brighton could be playing, but you could have a Brighton attacker and you're watching the game because of that. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you don't have that, like if Luton and Brighton was on in the garden, you'd close the curtains. Do you know what I mean? But do you know what I'm trying to say? It always keeps you engaged, keeps you in the loop, and I just love it. And it is addictive. It is addictive.
Classic Shane.
It is addictive.
I probably would watch Luton and Brighton if I'm being honest. But you know what I mean?
That's an exaggeration. But
no, but what we found out this year is I thought you've got to get all your players in that league at the start of the season. But now I think they've done an update where people can come into the league.
Yeah.
So, guys, right now on the screen...
The Joner Football League's got lots in it, no?
Yeah, we've got almost 1,500 in the Joner Football League, which you're... Fifth. Wow, Shane, that's insane. But, guys, I will put a code right now on the screen, which is the Joner Football Fantasy Premier League code. So if you're watching on YouTube, get onto that code. You can jump straight in and it'll slot you straight in as well.
Yeah. The second segment we're going to bring in is going to be called Good, Bad and the Ugly.
Yeah, so I rate that.
Between podcast to podcast, we're going to speak about what's good or what's happened that's been good, what's bad, something that's happened or something that's... And then the ugly is going to be a rant.
Yeah, it's kind of like
a rant about anything to do with coaching, football, life, whatever.
I was saying to Shane, we need a segment where I can just blow off some steam that's happening in life.
I know. You could do a full podcast on that.
Easy.
Just one thing before we get into the nitty gritty of this. Is this a filtered podcast or is it unfiltered?
Oh yeah, I was going to mention that.
Because are we going to have shin guards on when we're speaking about stuff, or can we just kind of be a bit more free and be like, this is what I think on this point? I know there's definitely subjects that we will leave.
I think 50-50, Shane. I think there's going to be times where we definitely swear. So I think we can swear, but I think we've got to limit it a little bit just in case a lot of kids are listening. But I'm saying that right. For me, the level of podcasts at the minute is stick to football. Number one. Top. It's number one. There's no one that'll get close to that podcast for me. Like, it's the best one. But what I've noticed with them is the shackles are absolutely off.
Yeah.
But what I will say is they don't kind of have a business to protect like we do. You know, like Joner Football.
No, I get that.
So for us, I think it has to be at a certain level. But even in previous podcasts, we were swearing. So guys, we do apologise if there's a bit of language.
It's more that, I get the swearing is... I don't swear a lot, but so the swearing is come and go, but it's more like our opinions on something. Do you know what I
Yeah.
And we're quite strong. Like, you've got a strong head as well. And
I agree.
Anyway, we'll see where we get to that.
I think that's just a case of we throw it out there, and then if Carolina listens to it, she's
Well,
more than likely
I
going to
didn't want to
say
say that, but there's probably 25% of our podcast has been clipped up because...
You know what I mean? When Reds is editing it, he's gonna have to try and get into Carolina's head and think, would Carolina approve of this?
Yeah.
You know? Reds is just sitting behind the camera laughing, but...
Anyway, it's good to be back. It's good to be back,
Shackles
bro. It's good to be back. We'll see where we go. Could have guests, could not. We'll see what happens.
Can we just have a chat about, like, where we actually are, Shane?
I was just about to say.
Like...
Can you let people that wouldn't know, or listeners now, that where are we actually sitting and what's changed over the last... It's probably been at least a year since we've done a podcast now.
Yeah, it's been a long time. For those that don't know, guys, we've officially got a Joner Football headquarters. It's
in Sydney, Australia.
In Sydney, on the Northern Beaches. So if anyone has any kind of idea of real estate, you'll understand. But we're in Belrose, and it's been an absolute game changer. We're into our 3rd week of our training. I got the keys in December.
So we're going to say when, so it was in December there?
Yeah, I got the keys like pretty much first week in December.
It's something that we've kind of always
talked
about,
a little bit. Yeah.
And I reckon we've talked for like 2 years, like on and off about it.
Yeah, I always said at the start of Joner Football, I'm not going to get a warehouse. But we grown that big, everything kind of brought us back to here. So we obviously went away. We obviously grew our program in Sydney, but we obviously went away worldwide, did camps, did training all around the world, and our socials grew, and it kind of just, our staff grew.
Yeah.
So like there's just so many reasons why we got this space, but it just, everything grew, and it was like, we need to come back into a place again. So it's been a game changer for me having this place, having an office space, podcast studio. Carolina's got an office here. The training area is a joke. It's been. What do you think of it all, Shane?
No, honestly, like I think everybody's played their part in little ways. Obviously, the boys chipping in with like Lukey, Collie. I think, but I think
shout out to them boys.
From me to Yuli, I think you've done an amazing job with it. Honestly, I think like from what it was to what it is now. Obviously, there's stuff that we'll keep adding and improving in here. But like to get it up and running and to look like this, everybody has chipped in. But I think driving it, Lee, I think you've done a top class job with it. And I think,
cheers, brother.
I think it's been 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
And I've honestly, I think you said something maybe on Instagram, but coaching down there in that space has made me kind of give me another like a bit of more. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Reignited the fire a bit.
Well, yeah, I guess. Or
in a way.
Kind of ignited a little bit higher.
I agree.
Do you know what? I think what's been difficult as well is like the last 2 years we've been doing everything from your back garden.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and people might not know this, but your office and the training space we had was in your back garden. So like, you know, that's a commitment in itself to be able to have.
I didn't think we'd outgrow that fast though.
No.
Like literally I built a training area in the house and I was like, right, just one afternoon a week, I'm going to start getting some players in the afternoon. 6 months down the line, it went Monday to Friday, which meant a lot of people coming in and out of the house, which Carolina, even I was getting a bit sick of it at the end. And then...
it's hard though. But
I think in that...
Stand in your kitchen, nearly.
In that training area, which you did a lot of training in it, there's only so much you can do in that training. But we've seen a massive improvement in our players in that area, didn't we? Yeah. All my days, did we? But yeah, I think getting that bigger space, training-wise, allows us to do even more now. You know, we can do one-on-ones down there, 2v2s, and do shooting. And we've still got that small space. It's incredible. And obviously I'm wearing the merch now. I've been working hard. That definitely stopped the podcast.
Yeah.
All my time and energy went into creating a clothing line, which I'm so happy with. And I'm still learning that, Shane. Like that is a full-time job in itself.
Difficult?
Very difficult, mate. But like the first 2-3 weeks, we sold like 8 boxes worth of stuff, which was insane. So that made it way worth it. And then obviously now it's selling slowly on the website and definitely selling fast when we go to our camps. But that was one of the reasons as well, which if you're watching on YouTube, I've got the hat on, Shane's got the hat on.
Nice, yeah.
And the next, and the fact that we've got an official shop down there now, so people can actually do pickup orders as well, or buy it on the spot.
Yeah, it's mint.
Is a game changer. So, but the next stage is getting the on-field stuff A lot of the kids want the actual training stuff. This is the off-field stuff.
Yeah.
Guys, if you want any Joner Football merch, head to our website.
I think over the last year that we've introduced the training top for the players.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot better when you see players all turn up rather than one wearing Man City, one wearing Wrexham, whatever.
Honestly. But yeah, the HQ, just going back to that, is I love having a really good office environment now.
Yeah, it's good.
Me, you, Rez, Leisure, Carolina pops in, the coach, there's a proper coach's space now where they can come and chill and session plan. Like, that's everything that I pictured in my head. But I've been telling all my friends this has knocked about 10 years on my life because
stressful.
Legit, mate, I was like, to try and get it ready, you know, for term 1, I was getting here at like 6, 7 a.m. and then going back home at 5 p.m, 6 p.m, helping Carolina with the kids. And then this was when you were away.
Yeah.
And then coming back here till like 10, 11 at night.
Yeah.
Literally, and then repeat.
No.
I was exhausted, mate. Like, you know, when you get like, you just feel like you run down and that was me, mate. I was like, but I wanted to get it done. And I'm glad that I did it. But the reason for that is that I noticed, like, when you get a place like this, dealing with tradies and that was going to be one of my, blow my steam off, is like, it's ridiculous.
What can we, like what?
Trying to get quotes,
people to do
working with, mate,
right.
So many people try and rip you off.
Really?
It's ridiculous, mate. Absolutely ridiculous.
You would have learned a lot then.
I learned a lot, and I can't go into detail there. I can't. But like, people were literally trying to rip me off, and then I was just like, do you know what?
In terms of like overcharging?
Yeah. As soon as you show to someone that you need it done quick, that was a big learning curve from like the first minute. So don't tell them that you need it done quick, because then that's going to add on a ridiculous amount of price to what they're asking, because you want it fast.
Right.
So I learned that.
Good to know.
I learned that early doors. So I didn't try and show urgency when I was going forward after that. But I learned fast. Got to do it myself.
Yeah.
Mate, I'm a proper handyman now. If anyone needs anything doing, YouTube, I can do it, you know.
No, but like there's definitely stuff that, like, even the painting and stuff, like, I think that's came out so well.
I want a big shout out to my brother, Michael Cole.
Yeah, MJ.
Worst goal swing I've ever seen.
Oh, terrible.
But what a guy. Like,
clutched up there, didn't he?
No, mate. Do you know what, right? You know when people say, oh, just paint it
Sammy
yourself?
as well. I know Sammy.
Fordzino as well.
Sammy as well, yeah.
But Coley's eye for it, like the fact he's been in the business for like 25 years.
Yeah, professional, like, Donny. Professional.
Unbelievable. But I want to say something about that. You know when people are like, oh, just paint it yourself. I disagree. Like, someone like Coley that does it efficient, properly, professional, but it has an eye for it as well. So he came in and was like, right, I reckon you do this white, this black, those edges can be red, this, and he just, the little touches.
Seen it straight away.
Seen it straight away. It's like finding a little Kevin De Bruyne pass, he's just seen it.
Yeah, vision.
And he's that good at his job, he was like really going into detail.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to rush putting the logo up there, and he's like, Lee, don't rush it, mate. That's what everyone's going to see.
But I feel like that was you're very like that.
Yeah, get it done.
That's like, do you know what I mean? And sometimes I'm like, just try and like, just take a minute. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, I'm going to do this now and it's got to be done. I'm like, think about it. Just try 100%. And think about what you do.
I've got a little thing in the bathroom there that says, get shit done. I got it from California.
Yeah.
And that's just my motto, like, get it done.
Yeah.
Don't look at it, get it done.
I reckon 96% of the time that works. But then there's a little time where you go, right, I need to maybe
Coley put me in my place there.
I need to bring people in here for this. Just before I move on from this, that makes, you know about the tradies, the trades and stuff like that?
Yeah.
The worst in the world for it has to be mechanics.
Yeah.
So, like, I remember I think I brought my car in to just put some water in my car or something like that. And then I went to collect it, and 2 hours later, my car's, all the wheels are taken off and the engine's on the ground. I'm like, I wanted a water change or the oil change. I didn't want this. And it's like, this needs to be blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I didn't ask for that. Yeah. And then they try and charge you for them. Like, you're like, this need, do you know what I mean?
So,
like,
classic.
I just want, if I want this done, just do that. I don't want 4 new wheels and I don't want spoiler put on, neon lights on it. I just want what I asked you to do. Mechanics are the worst. If any mechanics listen,
it's bad.
You're robbing people. People.
I had one back home. His name was Ross, legend, mate of mine. He used to look after me. If you have a mechanic that you trust and you know, hold on to them for dear life.
Yeah, Lisa put me onto one. She goes, go to this guy. If you want this done, he'll do it. And I'll let you drive him. I goes, can you do this? And he's like, yes. Bang, 15 minutes, bang, and you're gone. Whereas
Yeah.
every other time it's been like, come back
Here's a classic
tomorrow,
case. So we've
and the
got
car's different colour.
we've got 3 company cars, haven't we, right? So the white van, cheers, Jules. Bought the white
Jules,
van.
what are you doing? Where's the camera? Jules, what were you doing in that white van, bro? It's absolute rallied.
Honestly, anyway, so I had to take the white van for the service. The van was working fine when I took it for the service. Although there was so many lights coming up on the dashboard.
Like more lights.
It was like being in Corey's flipping Corey in the sessions, like nightclub. But anyway, the van, so got service, he phoned me, he literally said, anything you can think of with the van, it's wrong with it. And I was just like, oh, here we go. But the van was working. Everything was wrong with it, right? So I was like, mate, just do the bare minimum on it for me, just so I can get it reggioed, please. He does that, I get it back.
Did you get reggio?
Yeah, not working. Sat outside in the front, won't start. Which, by the way...
I'm not paying all of them with the one brush, but you got to be better mechanics.
But
you got to be better for the people.
All the tradies like that, mate. Again, I can't go into detail, but it's just like, if you know someone that you trust, it's very hard to find. But anyway, guys, if you're in Sydney, you want to come and see the HQ, check us out on the website, Bosch.
Let's get it.
It's an incredible place.
Bring your boots. Let's get cooking.
Yeah, cooking on gas.
It's ledge. The sessions down here are really good for players and stuff like that. So.
But I wanted to chat about 2023, Shane, and I think the year we had last year has enabled us to be sitting in this situation right now.
Yeah.
Like the year we had last year was one for the record books, man.
Yeah, it was the biggest one, wasn't it?
It was a joke, wasn't it? It was ever since Jules left, we just kind of skyrocketed, you know what I mean? When you mentioned Jules, love you, miss you. I hope everything's going well with Jules. We'll get him on. We went, where did we go to last year? We did Sydney camp in January. We went to Canada in March. That was a joke, Shane.
First time in Canada, wasn't it?
Canada was a joke. Which we're going again, guys.
Freezing.
Head over to our website. We're coming again. It was that good. Like
Toronto.
Joke.
Toronto's a sick city.
Joke.
Such a nice
How
city.
lucky were we with the snow?
Yeah, I know. There was a big snowstorm the day before, wasn't it?
And the receptionist at the hotel was like, you are so lucky that you got here at this time.
It's like that much snow.
If they'd have come, apparently in Toronto when we were there last year, if they'd got there 2 days earlier, no one was moving on the roads. It was that bad. Imagine that, all the planning organisation, we just wouldn't have been able to even get to the venue.
It's the risk, innit? You can't control the weather though.
But we're going again, aren't we?
Yeah.
Can't wait. In exactly a month's time from now. So hopefully Rez gets this out fast. Canada, we are coming back. But then California last year was the best camp I feel like we've ever ran.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Why do you think that?
Under the lights.
Yeah.
So we did a night camp under the lights.
Out of the sun, out of the heat.
Out of the heat, out of the sun. So the kids had energy, we had energy. It was great having Goosey there from Golden Boot.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Brilliant. And the second group in particular, the older group, just blew me away. Because our camps are open, so you never know what kind of ability you're going to get.
Yeah.
And we just had full of great players.
No, it was amazing.
Like we had the session plans.
The standard was through the roof.
We had the session plans and we both just kind of looked at each other and thought, we're going to have to let up this a bit.
Yeah.
But it was so good. And then where else did we go? Oh, Texas.
Where's the Texas then? Let's talk about Texas.
I've never experienced heat like that in my life. Like, well, you know what our camps are about, Shane? You need so much energy.
Yeah.
And it was like 50 degrees, Shane.
Oh, yeah. On the pitch, it was at least 50.
50 degrees, guys, with hot wind.
It was like, when you're on the pitch and you can see the heat, like if you look across the heat, it's just rising. It's like, what is this place?
Like realistically, the camp should have been off. But what can you do when you've been planning it for so long, But the kids are actually used to it as well. Yeah. It's that hot in Texas.
Kids are brilliant.
Kids were unbelievable.
Kids are brilliant. And actually went really well considering all the conditions.
Unbelievable.
But I think we've learned a lesson there. We need to be...
I messaged Sean, I said, we definitely want to come again because the numbers we got were fantastic, but have to be...
outside of the summer.
Yeah, it has to be the temperature.
Jumping.
Like that's...
I'd love to go to Dallas.
We learn our lesson there though, because every time we go somewhere new now, it's the first question I ask.
Yeah.
What's the temperature? Because Texas, guys, I'll give you a quick short story.
San Antonio, wasn't it?
Yeah. We were in the hotel room the next day and I literally said to Jules and Shane, because Jules came back for a bit, didn't he? So lads, I can't get out of bed here.
me and Jules, tell you a story, was it? Me and Jules went down for the all-inclusive breakfast one morning. And Lee was like, no, you go ahead, I'm all right, I'm a bit tired or whatever. So me and Jules were downstairs in the lobby. And I think we might have been actually planning something as well. Maybe had sessions that night, or we were planning something. We were actually doing some talk about coaching. We spent about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, getting a coffee and stuff. And we may go up to the room and start getting ready because we had to leave. And when we opened the door, it was like walking into a Prince of Wales hospital. Lee had like IV drips hanging out of him. There was a nurse in the room. It was like, and Lee was just lying on the bed like that. And didn't you get an IV in?
Nah, mate, that saved my life.
Yeah.
Shout out to my wife. She literally, I was like, Carolina, what can I do? I cannot get out of bed.
Yeah.
I'm the face of the business. I need to be there.
Yeah.
And I'm really struggling.
Kevin dehydrated,
yeah. She's like, I'm sure you can get them IV drips in America. They come straight to your door.
Bang.
I get goosebumps thinking about this though, right? So I was like, right, got on Google.
Which one did you pick?
Just a company. I just typed in IV drips near me, and they're everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
But I called the first person I called. Her name was Olivia, my niece.
Oh yeah.
And I literally just said, "Oh my God, like you're my savior. This is meant to be." And she goes, "Oh, I can get there in an hour and a half." I was like, "Oh, that's too late." And then she's like, "I've just literally had a cancellation. I'll be there in 20." So that's what I mean. It's just meant to be.
Yeah, yeah.
And she came and she's like, "What's the matter?" And I was like, "Stomach, miles off it. Dehydrated, miles off it. No energy. I've been vomiting, like whatever." And she just like, "Right, I'll give you this, this and this." I had 3 drips, mate.
But did you pick like what? Like hydration, like nausea?
One was like for the stomach. You know when you have a stomach bug and it just sits there in your stomach?
Yeah, it's nausea.
Yeah.
Where you're
like a nervous feeling.
Yeah, you constantly feel like.
I could literally feel it like releasing that. And I was just like, right as gold.
I think that's dehydration, isn't it?
Yeah. And then I spoke to Sean's wife. Just by the way, shout out to Shawnee.
Yeah, brilliant. What a legend.
Him and his family, his wife, like they just went above and beyond for us in Texas. It was a joke. But I remember her saying, when you go into that kind of temperature, you actually need to hydrate yourself 3 days before. Like you need to be drinking loads and loads of water 3 days before because it's that
You agree with that, Reza? You agree with that?
Are you, Rez?
I've just seen him nodding the head in the background there.
Can you imagine Rez in
but
that kind of
do you know what? I'm actually thinking about that because on that flight over, I remember, I don't know why, but I like drank so more than I've ever drank, and I'm bad for it because I would just be pissing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I just kept drinking. So maybe that's helped me because I was all right. Yeah. But I remember on the field, remember we got like Prime and stuff? Yeah. We were drinking like 6-8 bottles of like water.
Do you reckon that was helping us though? Prime?
No, but I remember if I drank 8 bottles now, like you'd be constantly trying to like go into the toilet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas not once did I didn't leave the field.
I'm telling you one thing now.
Just sweat so much.
Next time I'm drinking water and like a Gatorade or a Powerade. Yeah.
Well, I feel I call us out. Right? I call us out. Jules will agree with this. We always have so many good intentions when we travel. We go, we need to do this. We need to get this. We need to have this. We need to eat right. We need to eat right. And it's always the same story.
Oh
get to the field, no drinks, got no snacks. Food. And we're sitting there, we're coaching for 8 hours and it's 50 degrees.
We did do it in Texas though.
We did.
But we did smash
We do need to be better this year.
No, we will be. And then we finished with Texas, right?
Yeah.
Well, obviously I won it, but it was just a joke of a year, guys. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable year. And we're heading in the same direction this year. We're going Canada, UK, California, Miami's on the list this year, guys. Ooh. I'm looking at getting one more in, but I don't know realistically because we've got the HQ now.
Miami.
And we're going to need more coaches in the HQ.
Love it.
But Miami, my guy Miguel Grande Sports. Such a legend in, by the way.
Yeah.
Doesn't mess around, just gets things done. He's going to be coaching.
People say Miami's the best city in America, so I'm looking forward to getting there.
Have you been watching Griselda on Netflix?
No, I tried to watch it.
You have to, Shane.
I've tried to watch it the other day, and Lisa had Love Island on her phone beside me, and I said I couldn't concentrate because it was like,
Lisa, what are you doing?
Do you want to go to the daybed for a chat in one ear and then Griselda? I was like, I need concentration for this.
Carolina's the same, right? Honestly, what is it with you women with these Real Housewives shows, man? I can't.
It's not good for this.
It brainwashes you, mate.
100%.
It brainwashes you.
100%.
You watch like the Kardashians and everyone's like, I want that lifestyle. Yeah, that is the lifestyle I want. The Kardashians.
I know.
I cannot stand it. And Caroline, if you're listening, every single Real Housewife one, they're a disgrace. It's just full of rich women fighting over who's got the best watch or best car.
It's fake though. It's fake.
The Love Island.
This can be the segment. It's all scripted. It's all fake.
I hate it.
That's what I think. I think. You know what? I just think it's It gives a false.
How can it be
false
real?
reality.
How can it be real if you're in a house, yeah, or you're in your scratcher chilling, and you've got a camera in your face? How can that be natural and real? There's my steam, right? If you watch Real Housewives, go and have a chat with yourself, guys.
Yeah.
Disgrace. But yeah, I love...
It's addictive though. It is addictive.
Yeah, Griselda.
I'll give you that.
When the missus isn't watching...
Is Griselda good?
Very good, mate. Got to get onto that.
Yeah.
You've got to get onto that. But yeah, 2024, I'm really looking forward to this year, Shane.
Not a big year.
We've got a great team of coaches.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jules going to London was a big loss. And we've got, just to give you an idea, we've got Connor, legend, Corey, Yorksey, Libby, Isaac, and we're still looking for more coaches at the minute, aren't we?
Yeah.
But they're all doing a great job.
That's it. They're all young,
yeah,
still players, and they're obviously trying to get now into the coaching world. Which is,
I think we definitely need to get them on the podcast.
No,
though.
we will.
Be a headache for Rez that to try and get everyone mic'd
we'll
up.
advertise that as a nighttime one.
Or maybe 2 at a time.
Connor
or something.
will put people to sleep when he's on the podcast.
Oh, Connor will.
Bedtime stories.
Corey will be telling us about his fashion, like what he wears, and miles of it.
We can put that out to the public actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all to come.
Yeah.
I just obviously we also want to talk about football, and what's going on in football, and I think there's you know what, I'm not going to talk too much about football, but I know that a massive part of your life is Liverpool League.
Yeah.
And obviously hot off the press the last couple of weeks. Jurgen Klopp is going to leave Liverpool. And I know that it's kind of came out of nowhere, no?
Touchy subject,
It's kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I think like what he's done for the club and what he's done for you as fans, he's kind of got you back into where you need to be as a club. I think I just want to hear what's your thoughts on
when the news came out. I'm not actually joking now. I was almost crying.
Right.
That's how gutted I was. Just because the way he's had us competing, not spending the money that all the other clubs do, or not having the budget that all the other clubs do. There's no one else that can do that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like the way.
But now let's not beat around that. You aren't poor. You have spent money. You ain't done it on pennies.
No, but if you compare it to the top 6, it's not even close.
Yeah.
And one thing that a lot of people, because I know what you're like, I know what a lot of people forget is we can't offer the wages. That's a big thing that people forget. Like Jude Bellingham, for me, I thought it was a done deal. But the reason why I reckon the main reason why he's gone to Madrid is wages.
You reckon?
I guarantee you that.
Imagine him for Liverpool.
How good is he, by the way?
No.
Going back to Klopp, though.
So,
I was genuinely gutted. It took me a week to sink in and then actually start thinking about who the hell are we going to get. But I absolutely agree with Carragher in the sense that our fan base, Liverpool, is all about the manager. We back the manager. Whereas some other clubs are there's a lot more emphasis on the players. Whereas our hero,
they get behind the manager,
gaffer. You got Bill Shankly, Paisley, Dalglish, Klopp, Benitez. We all get behind our managers, which I think is key.
It's brilliant, yeah.
But that's all down to Klopp. People laugh about the draw against West Brom and he's doing that to the crowd, but that was the start. That was the start of him making that connection with the Liverpool people. It was embarrassing because we drew 1-1 West Brom. But that's why everyone's gutted, because he just gets Liverpool.
I think he's really good because he's that connection from the fans to the players. Yeah. Where in a lot of clubs you don't have that. Where Klopp is that middle one, he'll involve the fans and he'll get the players.
So what does that do? It releases pressure from the players. Whereas if all the pressure's on the players like it is at United, all about the players at United, isn't it? The pressure's on them. So that when there's pressure on you and your confidence is low, you don't perform.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
I agree.
Whereas Klopp will take all of the pressure and all the scrutiny and he even does that in his press conferences. He's very smart.
Yeah.
He'll put it all on him. He'll say things like early kickoff. I genuinely think that is just to keep the attention on him.
The media on him.
Smart guys, I'm telling you.
Yeah, now what manager, what a gaffer.
I genuinely think, I really hope we can get Xabi Alonso because it's that same thing. Fans know him. They respect him as a player and they'll get behind.
Have that connection straight away.
Yeah, that connection straight away and they'll get behind the gaffer straight away.
Do you think though, do you reckon the Klopp will have any impact on who comes in?
I think we'll never know the answer to that.
I think he will.
Do you think he'll coach again, Shane? Klopp? A lot of talk of him getting the German job, or he wants to do it in the future.
But didn't he say once he's definitely not doing anything for a year?
Yeah, but I've we can never know what you believe these days. But I've read about a few things about Barcelona as well, knocking with Xavi going. But He has come out and said,
definitely won't coach in England again.
I know, I think he'll stick to his word. There's one
How
thing.
old is he?
There's one thing I want to ask the viewers as well, right? And I've seen it online as well. And I was speaking to my dad. Klopp has openly said in press conferences multiple times that if there's ever a documentary or live cameras in the changing rooms and stuff like that, that he has said openly, I will leave the club.
Oh, yeah. I've seen this.
And Klopp is a guy that doesn't go back on his word.
So
right?
there's something happening in Liverpool?
There's a documentary this season. The cameras have been there since the start of the season. Yeah.
Wow, that'd be deadly.
Yeah, deadly. Like, listen,
Is it a Netflix like, or?
When I'm watching that, I'm going to turn my phone off, no one speaks to me, it's going to be like my heaven. But he's obviously come out and said that he's agreed to it and stuff. How much of that I believe? Took a toll on him. But how much of that I believe? Because Klopp's a man of his word. And in multiple press conferences, he's like, if we ever have that, behind the scenes filming, like Arsenal have had, City have had, he goes, I will leave. Yeah. And it's happened this year, and he's leaving. And he's recently signed the new contract as well. That's why it came out of the blue. Yeah. So I'm sitting there like, oh, is it that? And I think we'll never know the answer, Yeah. He's never going to say that in media, is he? No. But it could be Shane, I'm telling you now.
It's going to be a different Premier League without him because he's such a big personality.
I know.
And he's great, obviously, in his interviews, and he there's always something going on around him.
I'll be honest, we're top of the league right now. Obviously, if City win their game in hand, they go above us by a point. I did not see us competing this year because it's a complete rebuild. Yeah. That's how good he is. He's rebuilt the whole team pretty much, kept the core there, and we're competing again, which is mad.
I don't think he's a Javi Alonso.
No?
So let's take him out just quickly. Anyone else that you want?
No,
anyone else on the radar?
I can't think of anyone else, guys. I can't. Like, there's Zerbery for Brighton. I can't. Who else is there out there? I really wanted Pep Linders, which is the assistant, but his whole staff's going.
If Leverkusen win the German league, like that's going to be, I don't know. It's a difficult job.
I think Alonso has openly said as well he'd love to take the Liverpool job. Yeah, but I just
Gerrard.
Nah, no, thank you.
No good.
No, thank you. My sister wants Gerrard. I'm like,
nah, he's not good enough.
Nah, he's not ready yet.
Anyway. Let's get into some fantasy talk.
Oh.
Segment, fantasy. Tough week this week.
Shane.
This has been the hardest, me personally, hardest week.
Shane came in this morning, the first thing he said was, Cole Palmer did nothing for 80 minutes and got 2 assists.
No, do you know why though, right? Because, we're obviously in leagues. We got a group of mates that are in the leagues like that. So for 23 weeks of this year, okay, I've done well. The 1 week that I haven't quite done well because I left Haaland out, okay, I'm getting 5-6 messages every game day. One on Saturday when Haaland scored, I had 6 messages on my phone, and then this morning I've had 3-4 about Cole Palmer. So everyone's watching my team and realising that I don't
You're
have...
You're setting the standard, Shane.
Yeah, but
that's the first time I've seen you get below average.
For 23 weeks, no one had credit on their phone, that no one had signal, and no one messaged me.
Name names, mate. Name names.
Jay Winter, Ricky, Seb, all them boys, they're shithouses. Okay?
Rez, clip this. I want to send it to the lads.
Stress me out. But anyway,
that's the first time you've got below average.
You got 66.
I got 66 in the end.
I got 54.
Oi, I want to have a chat about our Joner Football staff fantasy league. We've got Rez wins sitting on the bottom.
Are you really on 716 points, Rez?
It's only 8 weeks late.
Wow.
That makes sense then.
So total, what's your total?
I'm on 1335.
Okay.
You're on 1493. Like, realistically, I'm not catching you there, am I? Like, realistically.
Well, there's a long way to go.
Well, if you look there, I've got 12 points more than you this week.
Yeah, no, you need
There's
more.
There's not enough game weeks in the fixtures for it to... But what cracks me up is Connor thinks he's going to catch me and you up.
First thing I got out of the van this morning, he goes, oh, what did he say? I think he was like, look what happens when I try again or something like that.
He put Watkins as his captain.
Idea.
Well, I tell you what, if he'd have put Haaland as his captain, he would have gained some points on us there. Yeah. Because he scored well.
The thing is, me and you have lost out on 90% because we haven't got
Haaland. We've been having big chats.
Lessons learned.
Guys, the code is on the screen on YouTube to join the Joner Football League.
But I want to give us one player one player that's a must outside of Haaland for the next couple of games.
For me, it's Jota. He's going to bag.
Is he?
He's a guarantee.
How far is Salah off from coming back?
Yeah, but Jota's
Does
been that
Jota
good.
play when
He's
Salah's
got
back?
to play, mate. Yeah, he has to play.
I'm getting him in.
But yeah, I think with Klopp anyway, he eases him back into it. But Jota for me, I put him in my team. He's been getting me some good points. I'm struggling, Shane, to get points with defenders, man. Are you?
Yeah, well, so last week, no. Because last week, so where I look at it, I look
Who
at...
did you have
You
last
can have
week?
defensive defenders, or
Oh
you can have
my God,
attacking.
yeah, you have Moreno,
So
14
Moreno
points.
got 19 points last week.
And you
Trippier
captained
got 16
Trippier.
last week. So I always go attacking. So the players that probably won't get clean sheets, but they can have a chance of an assist or a goal. And that's where...
Well, you had João Pedro as well on 8. How annoying is that when you get someone on the bench?
But I didn't think he was going to play. But for me, there's one player that I think is vital, and that's Saka. Saka.
Yeah, he's
Saka's
on
been
fire,
my guy
man.
from day one. And
15 again this week.
yeah, such a good, he just and he's on penalties as well now, so that's massive.
Mate, it's a good title race this year though, isn't it?
Massive.
Good. It's exciting to see. I know you're going to call me negative, but this is where City win every game. They've done it, they've proven it over the last 4 or 5 years. They just go on a run of 18 games.
Yeah.
So the only way I see us winning the league is if we beat them at Anfield, which there's a chance.
That's
because
it.
it's at Anfield.
You didn't do that last year.
No. We struggled to beat them at the Etihad. But see their fans again.
Yeah, I know.
It's a disgrace. What's going to happen to their 115 charges as well if Everton are getting deducted points?
Money puts that away.
But guys, if we're going off that has got to be massive, no?
Yeah.
Massive.
I don't think anything will happen this year. Because you can bury that in legal stuff and drag it out. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think we got to worry about that. But you're right, though, it is an exciting one. I think this is the most exciting as it's been for a while. Because there's a couple of teams there now that can do it. But now it's about who can beat who in the running.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's not enough just beating everybody else.
100%. But Shane, listen, it's been unbelievable to be back on a podcast. Just chatting shit.
It's been good.
Chatting
It's been
shit.
good.
You haven't even had your chocky bickies, lad.
No, I haven't. Yeah, I didn't want to be chewing in the mic, you know what I mean?
Guys, listen.
Bad
YouTube, get on it. Joner Football Podcast. Get onto the YouTube channel. We're going to start posting all of our previous episodes on there as well.
Yeah.
Because I took them down off the last page. But we won't promise anything, but we are really going to try for you guys. Because honestly, loads of people have been asking me, when's it coming back? A lot of my mates love it.
Right, good, bad, and the ugly. Again, this is a new little segment that we're going to, as I said before, good, could be anything that happened in life, whatever. Bad, same applies, but obviously the bad side of it. And then the ugly can be a rant about anything.
Yeah, I like it. We're going to do it at the end as well. Yeah, we should always do it at the end.
Always at the end, yeah.
Yeah,
finish.
I love that.
Right, do you want to start?
No, you start as
So
well,
this
Shane.
can be between, so between podcasts, right? But we obviously started long. Good for me, obviously good. I think last couple of weeks in our new HQ has been amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
That's top of the list.
I'm going to agree. Same thing for me.
Yeah.
It's been a game changer.
Also, one good, because I know Danny will be listening, just got married, one of my best mates as a kid, got married in New Zealand. We were over at his wedding and it was an amazing wedding. Me and Lisa were there and we absolutely loved it. So that was definitely good. I think bad, I'm struggling with the heat, to be honest. This morning on the field, it was about 34 degrees or something like that in Rydalmere, and I think it's, I don't know, sometimes the heat gets to me.
Maybe you need to be a bit more prepared the night before. What do you reckon?
But it's hard when you're coaching and you're trying to run.
Yeah.
But the heat.
Do you know what? When we wore those snuds with ice in Texas, that was a game changer on day 2 and 3. Wasn't it?
It was with the
We
ice.
were putting these like little neck warmer things in ice. Changed the game for me.
Do you know, it's not the heat, it's more the humidity though. It's just real like sticky or something.
And the thing is, the reason why I think it's hard for us is because so many players lack intensity in their training over there.
Yeah.
We have to drive the intensity.
And it saps the player straight away.
Yeah, and it saps us though when it's hot.
Anyway, you can't control the weather. Don't complain that. But the ugly, one thing, if you're a footballer, never turn up the football with shoes on or trainers. You do not turn up. That's a must. So that's something that is a non-negotiable. Don't turn up to a training session with runners on.
do the session in runners.
Come on.
Unless you're on an indoor hardcore.
Let's be better. And that's a rant I just need to get off my chest because just don't be doing that. Okay. Lee, give me a good, bad and ugly.
Good, yeah. For me, not the process actually of getting this place up and running, not just the last 3 weeks. I've enjoyed like I get excited about just putting a big whiteboard up. Like that's just how excited I get. I get excited about the projector. I get excited about Rez's morning drip. Like the drip he's coming into the office with every week. Today he looks like he's driving an F1 car again.
Reza dress up as like a sportsman every day. Sometimes it's Michael Jordan, sometimes Lewis Hamilton.
Oh yeah, and I'm sick of that Man United top. It makes me feel sick.
Yeah.
Man United are a disgrace.
Rez is a legend. He set this up.
Rez is the guy. So I get excited about Rez's drip. That's definitely good. Bad for me is
not having Haaland captain.
100%. That definitely goes in bad.
That popped into mine as well.
Yeah. If you haven't got Haaland captain, you're just gonna fall behind. The bad for me, like, is just with that blooming works van and dealing with mechanics stressed me out.
Yeah.
The van was working good, you know what I mean? And then ugly for me is this blue card rule that they're thinking of bringing in to the Premier League, right? Needs to be put in the bin. Stop ruining the game. The VAR is already a disgrace. Please stop ruining the game. The people that be, the powers that be, stop. Just please stop with this nonsense. I can't.
Do you know what you
can't.
Do you know what you sound like? You sound like Andy Tate there.
No, mate.
You're like an Andy Tate.
You're the fool. You're the fool.
But yeah, I back that. If a blue card comes in the game,
I am.
Why? What's the need
if
for it?
If a blue card comes in and we lose a league by a point, I'm watching lawn bowls.
Why can't people just leave what's been good for so many years? Just leave it. Anyway, that's us. We're done. We're back.
We are back.
We are back.
Oi, I need you to bring something to the table as well, like a little snack.
Yeah, next week.
You know, we've got little Chucky Bickies here.
And guys, if you're listening at any platform, if there's an ability to comment, let us know down below what you want to hear, what you want to talk about, what you want to see on the podcast. Because again, we're here for you guys. So let us know.
Can I just jump in on that, Shane? If you're listening on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, I know people have their preferences, but please can you hop over to YouTube instead? Because what we say there is that the views on YouTube are going to help us to grow. It's going to help our subscribers. It's going to help to bring sponsors in and stuff like that. So, guys, the YouTube, if you can, but obviously I know if you're on Spotify and stuff like that. For me, Stick to Football podcasts on YouTube, game changer. Like watching them with their mannerisms and laughing and giving each other like little looks and that, you can't get that listening to it.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a different experience.
But they're like, for me, they're like the top 4 personalities in football.
Oi, we've already got a few guests lined up, but again, just not going to guarantee some people, but... Appreciate talking to you again, Shane.
No, it's good to be back, Tezza.
Loving the new studio, Rez, you little
good job,
gangster.
Tezza, with the
my dad,
the painting, top man.
Legend, what a guy. And yeah, obviously we've got our main YouTube channel, hit a little subscribe over there. And if you want to train with us guys, Joner Football app. If you want to get some merch, if you're a big fan, you know, all the links will be below.
Get the hats on.
The hats are a joke. Like,
I wear mine into the ground.
I don't know, me too. All of that is in the description on a YouTube video. Also in like the sound, I think you can put links and stuff there. But guys, always appreciate the support. And if you want to train with us in Miami, California, Canada, it's all there, guys. We're really, really going to try and be consistent, but no promise. We will see you
soon.
Yeah, rather than just saying this is season 5, we're just going to throw them out there. No seasons. We're just putting them out. There's no like episode 1 or anything like that. Thanks for your time, Shane. Loved it. I've got to get back to work. Finish the rest of me coffee.
Catch you on the next one.
Do I like spinning on the chairs?
Yeah, no, I can't stop as well. Can't stop. Anyway, that's going to do us, guys. Catch you on the next episode.
Laters, peace.